Everyone thinks open-ear earbuds are just safer, leakier versions of normal earbuds. But here is the twist: Cleer ARC 3 actually fixes some of the biggest problems with open-ear designs, while quietly creating a couple of new ones most reviews are not talking about. During my testing, these were not the airy, no-bass gym buds I was expecting. In some ways they hit harder than my in-ear buds, but there is a catch you absolutely need to know before you buy. I spent the last 2 weeks living with the Cleer ARC 3, daily workouts, commutes, Zoom calls, and late-night editing sessions. And what I found completely changed how I feel about open-ear earbuds. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you are already thinking these might be the right fit and you just want the current best price, I have dropped a link in the description. But hang on, because what I am about to show you could be the difference between loving these and returning them. So why did I even grab the Cleer ARC 3 in the first place? I was stuck in that annoying loop. I love my in-ear buds for sound, but my ears hate them after about an hour. Ear fatigue, pressure, that constant urge to adjust them. On top of that, I run outside in a busy city, and being sealed off from traffic noise is not ideal. I had already tried a couple of cheaper open-ear options, and even flirted with bone conduction headphones. They all promised comfort and awareness, but the reality was always the same: thin sound, zero low end, and they either felt awkward on my ears or were so quiet I had to crank the volume just to hear podcasts on the train. So when I saw the Cleer ARC 3 promising big drivers, improved bass, open-ear comfort, awareness for runners, proper app support with EQ, and solid battery life, I was skeptical but curious. Could these actually replace my main earbuds, or were they just another overhyped gym accessory? I started with the obvious test: comfort and fit. The Cleer ARC 3 used this ear-hook open-ear design that sits just outside your ear canal instead of jamming inside it. First run, 45 minutes in light rain, plus a grocery stop after. No hot spots, no pressure, no feeling like my ear was stuffed. They hook over the ear a bit like sports buds, and they stayed put even when I was doing burpees and kettlebell swings. But then I noticed the first trade-off. Because they sit higher and more open than in-ear buds, wind noise becomes a factor. On a breezy day, you do hear that light whooshing at higher speeds, especially on bikes or fast runs. Next test: sound quality. Cleer is pushing these as proper music earbuds, not just background noise accessories. The drivers have plenty of room to breathe, and you can tell. With the default tuning, vocals are surprisingly clear, and there is actual bass impact for an open-ear design. Listening to hip-hop and EDM at around 70% volume, the low end is present and punchy, not just a suggestion of bass. But then it gets interesting. In quiet rooms, they sound wide and spacious. Out on a noisy subway, that open design means you lose some of that detail. You can still follow podcasts and calls, but for music, you will want to bump the volume up. In the app, switching to a custom EQ, I pulled the bass up a bit and backed off a touch of upper mids, and that is when they really started to feel like a legit daily driver. Not audiophile level, but way better than I expected from buds that do not seal your ears. Battery and usability were next. Over a mix of calls, YouTube, and music at medium volume, I averaged just under 7 hours on a single charge before they dropped into the case, which is close enough to the claimed number that I am not mad about it. The case itself gives you multiple recharges, pushing total life into the 20+ hour range. Quick charge is clutch too. Around 10 minutes in the case gave me roughly an hour of listening in my testing. Multipoint pairing worked decently. I had them connected to my phone and laptop, and they switched without drama most of the time. There was an occasional half-second hiccup when my phone would steal the connection mid-YouTube video, but nothing catastrophic. Then I stress-tested them on calls and meetings. Each side has multiple mics with noise reduction, and indoors the voice pickup is clean and natural. People on the other end said I sounded pretty close to my phone mic. Step into a busy street or a windy park though, and the tech shows its limits. It cuts a lot of background, but that processing occasionally makes your voice sound a bit compressed or thin. Still usable, but if your main job is taking calls in chaotic environments, a stem-style bud like AirPods might be a safer bet. Here is where it gets really interesting: awareness and sound leakage. Open-ear is supposed to let you hear the world. And yeah, it works. I could hear cars, bike bells, and people behind me while jogging, which feels much safer than being sealed off. At the same time, at moderate volumes, people standing next to me in a quiet elevator could faintly hear what I was listening to. It is not blasting like a tiny speaker, but if you are at 80 to 100% volume in a silent office, your coworkers will know you are listening to something. The big revelation for me was this: the Cleer ARC 3 finally landed in that sweet middle ground I had been looking for. After about 20 hours of real-world testing, they did what cheaper open-ear buds and even some big-name alternatives could not. Give me actual, enjoyable music with true all-day comfort and real situational awareness. Compared side by side with something like shock-style bone conduction, the ARC 3 sound dramatically fuller and less fatiguing. Against regular in-ear buds, yes, you still lose some isolation and slam, especially in loud environments. But I could wear these for an entire workday without that itchy, pressurized feeling I get from silicone tips. And about that too-good-to-be-true feeling, no, they are not magic. If you want total noise isolation, thunderous sub-bass on a packed plane, or crystal-clear call quality in a construction zone, these are not built for that. But for running, walking, office work, and casual listening where comfort and awareness matter more than raw isolation, they overdeliver for the price. Now that you know where the Cleer ARC 3 really shine, and where they do not, the next step is simple. If they match how you actually listen day to day, grab them while they are still reasonably priced. I have dropped the current best deal I could find in the description, so check that before prices jump or stock gets weird. Bottom line, the Cleer ARC 3 are not here to beat every flagship in pure sound. They are here to make listening feel effortless. If you are a runner, cyclist, commuter, or someone who hates things shoved in your ear canal but still wants legit sound, these make a ton of sense. If you live on airplanes, crave deep isolation, or need studio-level call quality in chaos, skip them and stick with traditional in-ear or over-ear options. For everyone else, this is the first open-ear earbud I can honestly see replacing my regular buds most days. Cleer ARC 3 proved that open-ear no longer has to mean open compromise.